India, you're the man behind Make in India, the man behind Startup India. What are you going to put your might behind next?
Shireen, I think, if you have to grow at 9 to 10% over a 3-decade period, firstly, I think India must get into a lot of sunrise industries. So you need to get into, electric vehicles, need to get into battery storage, you need to get into a vast range of new things. But it's not possible for India to grow at 9 to 10% till you don't do growth with equity. So I think India needs to do a lot in terms of learning outcomes and nutritional standards, on health outcomes of all things. And I think if you look at the map of India, you still have about 115 districts, which keep India backward. And therefore, we have this major aspirational district program where we work in partnership with the states. And you need these districts to really grow rapidly so that we have a lot of growth in areas which are keeping India backwards. So 3 things to my mind, really about quite often we get into sunset industries. We need to crack the next generation of industries, and we need to really focus on social sectors, and we need to crack areas which keep India backwards.
Okay, don't put the mic down yet. I'm going to ask you a follow-up question, because you said that we need to focus on sunrise sectors. You gave the example of the electric vehicle space. Now, this was the stated objective of the government when it came to office, that we wanted to put the electric mobility engine, sort of fire that up in India. It has been almost 5 years now. That plan hasn't quite taken off. We had a conversation on the FAME policy and the new FAME policy. You expected that to have happened in January of this year, which is already delayed. It was expected last year. My question then is that you identify sunrise sectors, but then the action plan or the deliverable doesn't tie in with the slogan.
No, it's happening. We've had several rounds of very detailed deliberations. It's a new area of growth. So there are a whole range of issues relating to this, because it's a dynamic sector which is constantly getting disrupted. So I think in the next fortnight or so, you'll have a very clear policy framework around this, both on the mobility side and in terms of the storage side. In fact, a lot of work around this has already been done.
No, but the larger question that I'm asking, Mr. Kant, is, and I hope that we will see this in the next fortnight, because you gave me a date in January which has come and gone by. My question is that often we squander the opportunities that stare us in the face. We make the slogans, but we don't tie it up with action.
So, Shireen, these issues are, firstly, these are areas where there's a lot of global disruption happening, number one. Number 2, you have to get into the right technology. And number 3, I think a lot of interministerial work needs to be done. You need to do your homework right.
But isn't NITI Aayog now the interministerial hub? It's almost